Okay, hi everyone. So we're Team WASTR, and we present to you the next generation smart waste bin, which helps reduce domestic waste. So what is the WASTR?
I don't know.
So the WASTR is a smart trash bin fitted with various sensors. It monitors how full the trash bin is, knows when you take out the trash, and also knows how much trash you take out. So it does it by the help of an ultrasonic sensor fitted at the top, which measures how full the trash bin is. Then it has a light sensor at the bottom, which kind of knows when you take out the trash. And also there's a scale which measures how much trash you actually take out. And so the WASTR not only reminds you how when to take out the trash, because it keeps annoying you with annoying notification messages. It also raises awareness on reducing domestic waste, because all the data that is collected from the trash bin can be displayed on social media to share with your friends. Well, to present how environmentally friendly you are, not how much waste you've thrown out. But and in this matter, it kind of allows people to know exactly how much waste they throw out and to try and reduce it. So yeah, and now now we would like to show you a quick demo if it if it works, and always with live demos. But so we have a Nexus 7 connected to the trash bin over Bluetooth. So we have a Nexus phone, which has the WASTR application up here, and when you open it, it connects to your waste bin. Well, it shows full, but there we go. Yeah, so you have to be really delicate with throwing trash, but when you add trash, it should.
Is it because it's not before? Oh yeah.
Might be.
Put it on the table here. Yeah, put it on the table, guys.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh.
Over the ringside seat.
So yeah, so the trash bin is now empty, and when we put some trash in, it should indicate that we have some trash. Yeah, well, so if I stick my hand in, yeah. So yeah, and when it's full, it obviously starts annoying you and reminding you to take the trash out.
Brilliant.
So here you go, guys. Team WASTR, Dovile, Marijonas, Erin, and myself, Domantas. Thank you.
So we are again the team
Artisans.
and we are the team members Linas, Evaldas, and me, Montvydas. So we have worked, as we told, on the prototype of a greenhouse, automatic greenhouse prototype, which we managed to complete on time. That's the thing that we started from. And in the end, we ended up with this one. I mean, for most of you, it might look very similarly, but in fact, we're like two different things. This one has implemented the temperature sensor, the humidity sensor, the moisture of the ground sensor, as well as the light sensor. The thing about it, it reacts to the temperature. For example, you want the greenhouse to have 25 degrees Celsius. You just enter that value, and the greenhouse will make sure that the temperature will stay constant. You can do the same for all of the other components, including humidity and light intensity. The app that we created to control this thing looks just like that. This is our beginner's version, which allows to simply connect to the board, send the values, update, and receive values for the temperature, humidity, and so on. Now this one is the updated version, which looks a lot more brilliant. And I mean, yeah, consumers will love this one a lot more. And now, how the data looks like, yeah, for most of you, it's just regular temperature. It shows the temperature, humidity, moisture of the ground, and light intensity. So the thing that we have in here is the temperature sensor, which has an implemented light bulb, which reacts as a heater. We didn't have an actual heater, so we implemented the the lamp. As you can see, it sometimes blinks on and blinks off. What it does, it reacts to temperature changes. For example, now I managed to put 25 Celsius degrees. I can change it with the app, or later on I'll show you. So the thing that it does, if it goes below 25 degrees, it turns the lamp on and the heater heats the temperature on up until the right value. Another sensor which we are using is a moisture air-ground sensor, which detects how humid is the moisture. So hopefully it's gonna work. I'm not really sure. Does anyone has a salt? Because we kind of need like a salty water. I mean, for some people who just went to our that room that we are doing a project, I showed how it works, but oh yeah. So the thing that it does, it measures the moisture, and if the moisture is too low, it turns on the valve, which is just made by this motor. The valve turns on the water flow, and thus the humidity increases. And when we don't need any more moisture, it stops. So it automatically updates the system to make sure that plants have the right value of humidity. The last thing that we have in here is something a little stranger because you can't really see it. It's this part in here. This part reacts to the light intensity, and it has an LED, which implements the whole lighting system. I mean, this is, if it would go somewhere to a darker place, you could see that it tries to keep a constant level of the lightness. As I mentioned before, let's say if you wanted to implement such a thing in your house, let's say you don't have windows in some places, you can simply put the greenhouse and it's gonna stay constant all the time. You don't need to take care of it. You don't need to make sure that there's windows. It's gonna make sure that plants will grow, and that's it.
Okay, so we tried to do the smart home equipment. So we had the three sensors: motion, light, and temperature. Due to lots of wiring, I'm suspecting something came off and it might not actually work. So, yeah.
We do actually have a working motion sensor, I
We
believe.
might have that.
Yeah.
Having all these
That's
sensors
right.
together in a little breadboard with a little device required lots of wiring, and due to the time constraint, we actually couldn't make it pretty or at least stable or solid. But the idea is that the system uses Shield Bluetooth communication with, say, a phone or any other Bluetooth device. While monitoring everything in the room according to the sensor data, we also could query the data using our phone. I have an app that connects to the service and it queries these three pieces of information. So we can actually see the status of this house that we try to monitor.
It's a home monitoring device.
Yes.
Security?
There is motion sensor for security, so if the motion sensor is triggered, well, we have a burglary situation. Lights, motion sensor can be also used for lighting. So we entered the room, light comes on. We exited the room, light turns off. And the temperature is for, if we set certain temperature for the room, and if it gets below that watermark, we turn on the heating. If it gets too high, we turn on the fan. So that is the idea. So we use very few components. So we have 3 sensors, light bulb that emulates the lighting. We have a fan that simulates the cooling of the premises, and some for heating we use something else, don't we?
These are the fan is used both for heating and cooling because, well, we couldn't find any proper heaters, so it's multi-purpose heat exchanger element.
Okay. I'm off to the hardware guys.
Right, okay, well, we did try to implement a motion sensor using a simple infrared bridge. Basically, we have 2 sensors, temperature sensor, this piece, light sensor. Over here we have the infrared emitter diode, which is placed on this board over here, and the infrared receiver, which is this small black piece on the other board. Now, ideally, if the infrared emitter is pointing at the receiver, this small diode, which you kind of see, this one, should not be blinking. Now, if anything passes through the infrared beam, and the diode will detect it, but
What are we looking at here? Is this the motion detector?
It's the motion sensor, yeah. But,
Motion sensor. So if it senses movement, the light goes on, or you get a
Yeah,
notification on your app.
we just need a little bit
Yeah, it's actually blinking when you put the finger on it. It's just too bright.
I see. So it works. Proof of concept. So how is this? What's the environmental impact?
Well, saving the power is one of the
Saving
important
power.
things.
Well, the light switch off when you leave the room?
Yeah. Then also the heating. So if we program the system certain way that it can ideally learn from partners, for instance. If we leave the house at certain time and come back at certain time, we can literally leave it as is and we'll preheat the house according to your life pattern.
So it's more energy efficient.
It is.
Okay, guys. Fantastic. I think all 3 teams, well, round of applause. I think we need to pick a winner.
Did you do X's or what do you do, Simon?
We should have a little button that we press. We should have done the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what we should have done. Okay. The other thing is we could just take votes from the audience as a suggestion. And our votes count for 2 or 3. No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's do the democratic. Do the democratic way. So, Team WASTR, how many votes? Oh, crikey. Who's going to count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think I got 16. Yeah. What do you guys call this? Oh,
Well, that wasn't on the voting list. That was one cross.
yeah, I guess if you haven't voted, I've got to keep an eye on you. Oh man, is this a good way of doing it? Is this a
Well,
good
let's
way
see.
of doing it?
4 can vote each.
You're all winning. No.
Vote once each.
Okay, what are you guys
Someone
calling
has
it?
to win, right? Yeah.
In English or
In whatever language you like.
the artisans?
Of course. The artisans. So how many for the artisans? 8, 9, 10. Okay. And you guys? Pretty cool.
Team Red?
Oh, how did I forget that? That was a hard one. Team Red. How many votes for Team Red? Oh, come on, guys. Really? They built a nest in less than 24 hours. And an air conditioning device, all in one. Well, I guess we found a winner. Team WASTR! Congratulations, guys.
Just make sure you recycle the balls.
Exactly. Sorry, they're not organic and they're not sort of recyclable. Erin, well done. Congratulations. Someone taking some photos. Well done. Thanks, Chris. Who needs an official photographer? There you go. Yeah. I don't know why I'm giving out the prizes. It should be sponsors, really, shouldn't it? Congratulations. Really. So impressed. And Dom was the guy who helped organise the whole hackathon. He's been so helpful and really, I'm so impressed. And a deserving winner. Well done. Congratulations. But it's been a fantastic day, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Once again, thank you so much to ECCI for supporting the event, and to our wonderful lineup of speakers and judges, and to our hackathon contestants. Well done, guys. Really, you should be very proud of yourselves. Thank you.